It's Friday, February 6th. In the headlines, the island's food security gets a boost with the opening of the Essex Valley Agroindustrial project in St. Elizabeth. The Meteorological Service says a cold front is just west of Jamaica. In business news, climate change strategies for protecting your home. Regionally, Guyana's Tourism and Hospitality Association focused on stronger regional tourism links. And in sports, an all-star Jamaican football initiative has been launched to target the next crop of football talent. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. Jamaica's agricultural sector is expected to receive a significant boost with the official opening of the Essex Valley Agroindustrial project in St. Elizabeth. The multi-million-dollar facility, supported by the United Kingdom government and the Caribbean Development Bank, is aimed at transforming agro-processing, stabilizing farm prices, and strengthening food security. Danita Rodney reports.
The Essex Valley Agroindustrial Project is designed to transform how agricultural produce is handled after harvest. In his address, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says the new storage and processing capacity will help farmers handle surplus output, reduce losses, and earn more consistent returns, strengthening Jamaica's agri-value chain for producers and consumers alike.
We're here very happy that we're going to have now the ability to stabilize prices by virtue of being able to control excess production, by having the ability to store and repurpose through processing, to give greater certainty to farmers of making a return from their output, and greater certainty to consumers in the price that they face at the market, and an expansion in output by adding greater value to the initial production.
The Prime Minister also acknowledged the international partnerships that made the long-planned development possible.
Indeed, this was a project on the books for a very long time before. But it became possible because there was a window of funding. So you will permit me to acknowledge the work and contribution and support of the United Kingdom International Development Funding. And allow me also to acknowledge the support of the CDB in giving the technical and financial and project management support.
Prime Minister Holness says while the opening of the Essex Valley Agro-Processing Facility marks a major milestone for Jamaica's agricultural sector, it also highlights long-standing delays in delivering critical development projects.
We're celebrating this now, but we could have had this 30 years ago, 20 years ago, and we could have had it earlier than now. Almost every project that I officiate at and launch, I must make this point because it has become such an important part of the Jamaican landscape and the challenge that we face as a people.
The Agroindustrial project is expected to drive agricultural growth, improve rural incomes, and strengthen Jamaica's food system, reinforcing agriculture's role in national development. For the news on PBCJ, I am Danita Rodney.
Some 10,000 National Housing Trust contributors are set to receive their contribution refund for the year 2018 by Monday, February 9. That's the word from Supervisor for the Contributions, Refunds, Payments and Monitoring Unit, Cameo Simmons-Thomas. Speaking on a JIS think tank this week, Simmons-Thomas explained that the latest payments form part of a strong payout cycle over the past 5 weeks. Simmons-Thomas also highlighted the expanded access to cash refunds for mortgagors.
Good news again, mortgagors. Prior to last year, only public sector mortgagors could apply for refunds, but since July last 2025, all mortgages are now included. So once your mortgage is in good standing, which means no arrears, you can come and go online and apply for your contributions.
She says refunds may be requested at any time during the year. Here's how it works.
2% of your salary is taken from you each month, and at the end of the year is turned over by your employer to the NHT. This is held for 7 years and becomes due in the 8th year.
Contributors are also urged to use the NHT's online portal for faster, more convenient service. Taxi operators in eastern St. Thomas are bemoaning the road conditions. When our news team visited the Bath Main Road near Port Morant, this is what we found. A road cratered with potholes and taxi operators venting their frustrations.
Whole road, look from here so to up there so to down there so. Brother, we need somebody to come talk to. We need, what name? Rosemary Shaw, Michelle Charles, all of them. We need help around here so. We need somebody to come help me down. See that taxi man look on my van. Just take a look on the van, look on the van. A mechanic shop me just a come from. Every 2 weeks or 3 weeks me change parts for that me done. No brother. We need help, man. We need somebody to come talk to women, G. Alright. Wanna stop up the road out here, sir? Alright. You know what? Go down the road down here, so me done. You know what? Go down right down the corner here, sir. Cause the place not stay good. None at all. None at all, brother. And let me tell you something. You see, we were on taxi up and say, whole man, the whole of we come together and could demonstrate the road and fix, but and everybody do that. You see me? Nobody now stop, because everybody business that try to make a money. Nobody now come and demonstrate and say, yo, we need to stop work and make the money and come do something to you. If I ever drop some mal, we throw it in the hole. You understand?
We're talking to the authorities, whosoever in authority, whether it's a government, MP, councillor, we are asking of please. We appeal. So no, this is far behind circumstances with the put into the vehicle. Examiner come a road and we have to hide. Because examiner come a road. Because of this condition where it don't have to be like this. It don't have to be like this. Every weekend we have to go and change bush in all of them stuff there. Right now we have to leave the road because I can't keep up with it. We are pleased to know. The people back are so bad in our eastern, they're dead in our eastern sentiment. Please we are asking now.
Yes, sir.
You understand? A long time you see like this and not like say yesterday. You understand? From then cut off the original as well after it. And the first rainfall I say it is like this and nobody not paying no mind. Come on man, I'll do something for it.
Eastern St. Thomas Member of Parliament Rosemary Shaw has been making representation for better roads. After winning her seat in last September's general election, she spoke to this need at the St. Thomas Municipal Meeting.
It behoves any government to continue a road project for its citizens. So it's not that residents are asking for pity or handout. It is the duty of a government to build roads for its citizens. It's not a gift. It's a duty. And I will endeavor to uphold that duty.
February is observed as a Black History Month. It's also the month of reggae icon Bob Marley's birthday. Born on February 6, 1945, Bob Marley's music continues to shape a more just, compassionate world. Marlon Samuels gives us some insight into Marley's enduring influence and the powerful messages embedded in his music.
In a world often divided by race, politics, and violence, one voice rises above the chaos with messages of love, unity, and resilience. Robert Nesta Marley is a legend whose music transcends borders and transforms social consciousness. Born on February 6, 1945 in St. Ann, Jamaica, Robert Nesta Marley's journey from humble beginnings to being acknowledged as the king of reggae is a testament to the power of music.
One good thing about music, when it hits you feel no pain. One good thing about music, when it hits you feel no pain. So hit me with music.
On December 3, 1976, 7 armed men stormed Bob Marley's home on Hope Road in Kingston, 2 days before he was to perform at the Smile Jamaica concert.
Entertainer and reggae star Bob Marley, Rita Marley, and the manager of the Wailers, Don Taylor, are now patients in the University Hospital after receiving gunshot wounds during a shooting incident which took place at Marley's home at 56 Hope Road.
He survived the assassination attempt and went on to perform at the Smile Jamaica concert. There he brought the leaders of Jamaica's 2 major political parties together in a show of unity. His songs like One Love, Get Up, Stand Up, and Redemption Song are still anthems of hope and resistance globally.
Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. And abundant, well, everywhere.
Every year on February 6, fans celebrate his birth to honor his legacy. Bob Marley's music is more than just a sound. It's a movement that continues to inspire change and unity.
The color of a man's skin is of no more significance to the color of his eyes. I've got to say why. And until the basic human rights are equally guaranteed to all without regard to race, this your war.
For the news on PBCJ, I am Marlon Samuels.
And the rule of international morality.
Now for a quick weather update. A cold front is just west of Jamaica. According to the Meteorological Service, the cold front is projected to move across the island today, February 6, and linger across the central Caribbean over the next few days, bringing cooler temperatures and windy conditions through early next week, especially across northern parishes and hilly areas. Today and tonight, expect cloudy, windy, and cool temperatures, especially across northern parishes and hilly areas. On Saturday and Sunday, expect windy, cool, and occasionally cloudy conditions. Time now for the business report with Denise Williams.
Welcome to today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, bringing you the developments shaping markets, capital access, and business decision-making across Jamaica and the region. Let's get into the stories that matter. Climate change means that how we harden our homes depends on the risk we're seeking to manage. We reached out to Curtis Hilton, architectural designer and builder, to learn more. We are continuing our series looking at, the construction industry in the context of climate change. And Mr. Hilton is an architectural designer and builder, and he's here to discuss how to approach this whole thing smartly. So Mr. Hilton, you well know you've been in this industry for what, like a year
30 years.
30 years,
Yes.
okay, all right, not yesterday.
Not yesterday.
Okay, and so we're looking at, the climate risk are heat or fire, flood,
Yes.
rain or snow damage, snowstorm, rainstorm, windstorm, and then electrical outage. Now, in a perfect world, Mr. Hilton, we would have the money, we would have everything ready, and
Yes.
retrofit our house like that.
Yes.
In a perfect world.
Yes.
With unlimited resources.
Right.
But we don't live in a perfect world.
I agree.
Most of us don't have unlimited resources.
I agree.
So how can we first book an assessment of the climate risk we face and then get a costing of what to do about the climate risk?
Yes.
And then third, have a yearly plan to upgrade our house or put in a system based on recommendation?
Okay, thanks for the question. The first thing we have to do in a situation like that is to employ a professional, build architect, engineers, various aspects of engineering field to do an assessment. So you'll pay for an assessment, and then as part of the assessment, that may include installing storm shutters, for example, to the property or to the house. Mm-hmm. If there are huge trees overhanging that can reach the house, you'd want to delimb the tree or cut it down to a reasonable size so that if there's a hurricane or a natural disaster, then the tree won't fall on the house. Persons, as part of that assessment process or criteria, persons could install solar panels or solar system in case there's a power outage caused by a disaster. Water storage comes into play. Depending on the size of the house and its occupants, you might want to store a minimum 1,000 gallons up to maybe 5,000 gallons of water storage. That could probably take up to a good little distance in case there's a water outage. We are experiencing Hurricane Melissa. There are a lot of communities that don't have water as a result of the hurricane. So you want to store as much water that will assist you over a period of time. You also want to look at you mentioned fire and heat. You might want to have certain elements being installed. Like for some houses, not all. They may have like a sprinkler system built inside just in case there's a fire. So all of those can be part of the assessment, yearly assessment, yearly upgrades. Some persons who may have like a zinc roof, a certain section, might want to remove that and you put on a slab roof and you can take your time and do the modifications as you go along. So when the professional comes to do an assessment, those are some of the things that he would have taken or she would have taken into consideration.
All right. And there you have it. So you can hire someone to come in, you can get an assessment, and then a yearly plan to upgrade as your budget allows. Thank you, Mr. Hilton.
You're welcome.
For the trading period of February 5, 2026, the most actively traded securities were Trans-Jamaica Highway Limited with 10,430,793 units, representing 54.62% of market sales activities. Wigton Energy Limited with 846,956 units, representing 4.44% of market sales activities. Edufocal Limited with 683,289 units, representing 3.58% of market sales activities. Investor activity remained concentrated in transportation, wind energy, and education plays, signaling continued interest in dividend-producing and strategic assets. Turning to the foreign exchange market based on Bank of Jamaica data for February 5, 2026, Forex traders recorded significant activity with strong demand across major currencies. For US dollar, trading margins reflected steady liquidity, with the US selling at $157.33 and buying at $155.52. For the Canadian dollar, moderate gains supported by 77-cent transaction spreads. The Canadian dollar sold for $114.68 and bought for $113.91. For the British pound, continued volatility offered short-term trading opportunities of $9.92 in profits for the banks. The British pound sold for $218.14 and was bought for $208.22. These movements underscore the importance of cash flow timing and currency awareness for businesses managing import costs, debt servicing, or overseas exposure. For a credit report tip of the day, starting over at age 50 can make a credit report feel like something to avoid, especially if past choices, life disruptions, or financial setbacks are still visible. But at this stage, credit isn't about proving anything to anyone. It's about rebuilding leverage and restoring options. Your score reflects payment consistency, how carefully you use available credit, and the steady habits you establish from this point forward. Paying off old debt matters, but rebuilding also requires keeping a few accounts open, using them lightly, and paying on time every month. When you're starting over, your credit report becomes a bridge, helping you preserve cash, reduce future costs, manage unexpected expenses, and re-enter opportunities without starting from zero. The move now is intentional progress. Review your report, dispute what's wrong, settle or restructure what's necessary, and open credit thoughtfully. And let time and consistent work be in your favor. And that's today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, bringing clarity to capital, markets, and strategy. Until next time, stay informed, stay intentional, and keep building forward. See you soon.
In regional news, a year of expanded events, strategic partnerships, and enhanced regional tourism offerings are expected for the local tourism scene, according to President of Tourism and Hospitality Association of Guyana, Mitra Ramkumar. Speaking to the newsroom recently, Ramkumar said the association is committed to elevating Guyana's tourism appeal, both locally and internationally.
Of course, we have Mashramani as well, and we have this year is our Diamond Jubilee year of independence. So there are lots of activities, lots to look forward to, lots to come home to in Guyana. So I look forward to see a lot, and the events are going to be bigger and better. We also have coming very shortly is Energy Conference, right? And this is another element of MICE tourism. We also have an accountants conference coming up in the first half, I believe, first half of this year. And so we are offering packages as an industry to when persons come for meetings, for conferences, such as these, that you're able to now offer. We have been doing it before, but we're trying to do it in a lot more, concerted way to be able to tap in really, genuinely, with the organizers to get more participation for when people come for these conferences and such, to see more of Guyana, experience more of Guyana. We are hoping to have an easier system. I know the bridge is coming, but in the meantime, we are hoping to have a better system in terms of booking vehicles for transport on that ferry. So it's someone that's a lot more user-friendly, like we have on the Essequibo River, right? So we are hoping to have such a system established for that ferry, and that is part of the MOUs we signed with the Suriname Hotel and Tourism Association.
But is that moving? Like, where does that stand right now?
So we will follow it up with our ministry here, Ministry of Public Works. I know SHAT is following it up from their end.
Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal says Trinidad and Tobago is now closer than ever to restart the Point-a-Pierre refinery, following major discussions with India's top energy companies. Fresh from India, Energy Week 2026, the Energy Minister says the reopening of the refinery is moving from conversation to concrete action. More from TTT News.
Fresh from India Energy Week 2026, Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal says the reopening of the refinery is moving from conversation to concrete action. Speaking during Thursday's post-cabinet media briefing, he confirmed that Indian Oil Corporation, India's largest state-owned energy enterprise, is preparing to send a technical team to TNT to evaluate the refinery's condition and outline a pathway to restart.
And just to place in perspective that Indian Oil operates 10 refineries in India. We're extremely pleased that they have this capacity, this breadth, and we intend to work with them to ensure that we participate in a process that would lead to the reopening and restarting of the refinery at Pointe-à-Pierre.
He noted that the delegation is versed in operations of this nature.
We discussed with that delegation the provision of technical expertise and strategic directions. They have a wealth of experience in refinery capacity at various refineries, as I said, across Asia. The delegation indicated that there is a readily available local workforce to support the resumption of refining operations.
Dr. Munilal said the visit is expected within weeks.
We expect within a short period of a few weeks, certainly post-Carnival, we expect that we will be in a position to welcome a technical team from Indian Oil to look at the refinery and to give us some direction, some support. They were extremely pleased to return to Trinidad and Tobago since they had been here before, and they were extremely happy to know which they indicated the powerful local labor force that we have in refining and oil and gas.
Government also met with Reliance Industries, operator of the world's largest refinery complex, and Dr. Munilal says Reliance has also shown interest in the Pointe-à-Pierre asset.
We were pleased to meet a high-powered delegation from Reliance Industries Limited. Some of you may know Reliance operates the largest single-site complex refinery in the world in Gujarat, India, where they process on a daily basis, I believe, around 1.5 million barrels per day. We were happy to meet Reliance to discuss matters pertaining to the refinery in particular and other areas of interest.
The minister also indicated that Indian Oil was not only interested in Trinidad and Tobago, but voiced their interest in the entire Caribbean region. Sunulala, TTT News.
In sports, an all-star Jamaica football initiative has been launched to provide structured opportunities for young players to develop and compete. The initiative, spearheaded by Project to Project Consultancy, led by Leighton Davis, brings together promising youth footballers under a single banner, with an emphasis on elite training, discipline, and holistic development. Speaking at the launch, Mr. Davis emphasized that All-Star Jamaica football is about more than identifying talent. It is about creating sustainable pathways. And that's it for the weekend news on PBCJ. Remember, we are the People's Station.